Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day two, round two of the Stay and Play Asian Series 2020. If you have been following this, you know that the format is that there are two players from each member association that will be taking part in this competition. One of them is a pro FIFA player, and the next member is a professional football member of the football fraternity of that member association. My name is Moiz, and I will be bringing you through today's matches. And today is a big one. It is Malaysia versus Singapore. It is the Causeway Derby. The age-old rivalry is once again ignited. It will be fireworks, I'm sure. But before we get into that, what we will do is we will just have a brief recap about yesterday's game, Singapore versus Chinese Taipei. So the first match we have here is the match Amran versus Chin Yulong. To be perfectly frank, it was a good day for Singapore. We did come away with what we wanted, but the game overall was a pretty tepid. I would almost say a very cagey affair. So in the first half, I think most of the good work and attacking play came by the way of Singapore. Amran there having a snapshot, forcing Kelo Navas into a save. And this is the defining moment in the first half. Thiago Silva hacks at the legs of Michi Batshuayi, taking him down and giving away a penalty very early on. Only one third of the game through, half an hour gone. Up steps Jorginho. Jorginho, the Italian, cool, places it, doesn't even need to smack it in, just places it into the bottom right corner and gives Singapore and Chelsea the 1-0 lead. Here's where the game goes from, I would say, exciting to slightly more, as I mentioned, KG. There were some opportunities here, as you can see. Brilliant work there by Chin Yulong, dancing his way to the byline, trying to get a cross in, but it was well defended. The defending was resolute overall by Amran, and he held on to that 1-0 lead. Wasn't the prettiest of wins, but ultimately it was a win nonetheless. So 1-0 to Singapore in the first match. The FIFA pros, it was 1-0. I must say, surprisingly, when it came to the members of the football fraternity, the pro footballers themselves, the game was much more interesting because there were more goals. Goals aplenty, in fact, in this game. It was dominated by Manchester United's young players, as you will see. Unfortunately for the Singapore team, we did go down first. It was a fantastic goal. As you can see, Mbappe there using every last bit of his speed to power through, and he lays it off. The simplest of goals, a sweaty goal there, some of the FIFA players might say. Mauro Icardi just taps the ball in. That's all he does. He's a tap-in merchant, some people say, Mauro Icardi. But Singapore would not lie down and give up without a fight. Angel Gomez, or Angel Gomez, depending on how you pronounce it, the young starlet from Manchester United, heel-to-heel flick and smacks the ball in. Mauro Icardi was a constant menace for PSG Chinese Taipei. He nets one from outside the box with a thunderous shot. Angel Gomez, showing every bit of skill and pace and trickery that he has, takes the game to 2-2. Angel Gomez would prove to be the difference maker in this match because Angel Gomez manages to get the third goal for Singapore, putting their noses ahead. Angel Gomez with a hat trick there. But it was not all done yet. Mason Greenwood, another one of the youngsters, the young starlets, up and coming players from Manchester United. He turns in the box, finds some space, beautiful drag back there to make some space, bamboozles the defender and smashes it home into the top right hand corner. The game would end 4-2 in favor for Singapore. So overall, it is a 5-2 scoreline for Singapore, which gives us a +3 goal difference going into the second round. So as it stands right now, the table is Singapore is at the top. We are with 3 points with one game played with +3 goal difference. Japan yesterday, they also had a plus 3 goal difference, but today, coming against the opponent that you just saw, Chinese Taipei, Japan was vanquished 4-2. Their pro player Webb Nasri beat his compatriot Chin Yulong to his professional compatriot Chin Yulong 2-1. But Shinji Okazaki, like we've been banging on about, he is the biggest name in the tournament, but there was a huge loss taken on his end. He lost 3-0 to Benson Lin. So the total score in that match was 4-2 to Chinese Taipei. All right, so that now that you're all caught up, we are going to start our first match. The first match we have for you is our professional player from Singapore, professional FIFA player Amran. Is very decorated. He has won many titles for Singapore, brought glory, he covered himself in glory and also in money. He's over $100,000 in winnings so far. He will be up against Perlis Team Junior. They are no strangers to one another. They have met many times before in FIFA Online 3. But as Amran mentioned to me previously, this is a whole different kettle of fish because I don't think they've actually met each other on FIFA 20. So they're picking their teams right now. Amran picking Chelsea as he did similarly yesterday, and Perlis Team Junior picking Liverpool. Both these players know each other very well. They know each other's play styles. They have seen each other, through the years. They've actually met in finals before. There was a final in which Team Singapore vanquished Perlis Team Juniors, RF Maestros, to come out champions in the national championships of FIFA Online 3. So I think this might be an opportunity. This might be slightly personal for Perlis Team Junior. I'm sure he wants to take revenge for losing that final. Can he do it against Amran? Amran, a very famous, well-known name in Singapore local esports. He is the 6th overall best paid esports athlete in Singapore history. Number 1 for FIFA with over 100,000, again, I said, of match winnings. So as we wait for the teams to finish changing their tactics, it seems like, again, we see Pedro in the middle in the number 10 again. As previously mentioned, if you were following from the previous match, Pedro is not a typical number 10, but Amran favors him in that hole behind Michy Batshuayi, flanked on the left and right by Callum Hudson-Odoi and Willian, respectively. At the base of midfield, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho providing defensive cover for Antonio Rudiger and Kurt Zouma. Cesar Azpilicueta plays wide left back, even though he is a naturally right-footed player, but he does play there occasionally when called upon. And on the right, we have the Chelsea youngster, Reece James. Even though all players are standardized at 85 rating, their physical attributes do play a part. And players like James, he has such a wide, stocky frame. So that might be why he has been chosen on that right side for Amran, because it's difficult to get around Reece James. So he's massive basically. So the wingers have a hard time getting around him. Although they may have the same speed, physical size does matter. So right now we have Amran warming up a little bit in the practice arena before the big match. We will soon get into the game. Again, a reminder to anyone who's just joined us right at this moment, this is the Stay and Play Asian Series 2020. Amran playing in the blue of the Chelsea kit, and in the white away strip of Liverpool is Perlis Team Junior. Perlis Team Junior is well renowned for his trickery and skill moves. Amran for his good use of the ball. He retains the ball really, really well. He doesn't give away unnecessary passes. So far, so good. Just as I say that, the ball goes out. It will be a throw-in to Perlis Team Junior. There might be some latency issues, and I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching, all the players are playing from their homes, so we are at the mercy of their own internet connections, wherever their remote location may be. So that might be why the video feed is as you see it, but I will call it as best as I can. Right now, Pearl Team Junior seems to be on the attack. Passes it. Fabinho now with the ball. Alexander Arnold goes wide. Alexander Arnold has a wicked cross on him. Can he get the cross in? Mane with a drag back there. Mane, silky dribbler there from Senegal. Mo Salah, the king of Egypt, back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold manages to get the ball into the 18-yard box, but it's cleared away by Amran. Amran now, does he have space down this right side to work with? He does, but he decides to go back to Pedro. Pedro, does he get round his man? He doesn't. He finds Ruben Loftus-Cheek instead. Ruben Loftus-Cheek with space. He has space to pass. Does he pass? He does. He finds Jorginho. Jorginho goes to Reece James. Reece James, does he play down the line for Willian? He does indeed. Willian tries to twist, turn, but Willian was unfortunately offside when he received the ball. Virgil van Dijk plays the ball to Robertson. Robertson and his compatriot on the other side, Trent Alexander-Arnold. As you can tell, if you've been watching the league itself, they are fantastic with their crosses, absolutely lethal, putting it onto the feet almost on a silver platter for their strikers, Alexander-Arnold. But it seems that the crossing is not the meta of this game, so therefore I don't see them having to swing in very many crosses. Most of the time, the players would prefer to work the ball slowly into the penalty area. There's a shot here for Pearl Team Junior, but Kepa Arrizabalaga, with his quick reflexes, manages to tip it away to safety. It's not all safe yet because Chelsea are still penned into their own half. Ruben Loftus-Cheek tries to go wide left to Cesar Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta, he has support for Cullen Hudson-Odoi out wide. Does he find Cullen Hudson-Odoi? He doesn't. He goes across instead back to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Ruben Loftus-Cheek checks, finds Jorginho instead. Jorginho, can he unlock the defense with one of his trademark passes? Ooh, the chance goes begging. The pass wasn't accurate enough. Chasing down Michy Batshuayi, but manages to only run himself aground, not getting the ball there. Trent Alexander-Arnold now with the ball. Jorginho manages to steal it back for Chelsea, for Singapore. So far, it's almost half an hour gone in the game time, and no one has had the clear-cut goal difference yet, except for that one shot that Kepa Arrizabalaga had to tip away from Pearl Team Junior. Ruben Loftus-Cheek with space here. Does he shoot? He does indeed. He actually lays it off to Pedro, and Pedro shoots and scores. It is 1-0 to Singapore. Singapore is in the lead, and as it stands, Singapore is also on top of the standings. Singapore, they definitely want to win this. It is, again, as I say, the Causeway Derby. It is a rivalry set a long time ago. Even in real life football, we've played each other 70 times, and the difference is only one game in terms of wins. Singapore has 24 wins, Malaysia has 25 wins. It's so close. Best of friends, good, cordial neighbors, but when it comes to sports, all bets are off. Bitter, bitter rivals. Definitely. Malaysia wants to win this as well because Malaysia currently is languishing at the bottom of the tables. So Malaysia needs this win desperately just to keep up with the pack. If Malaysia does not get the win here in these two games, Malaysia would, by my calculations, Malaysia will be totally out of the running for the championship crown. But if Malaysia does win this, it'll be exciting because everyone would be on 3 points in the group, and that would be amazing. Going into the last game for us, Singapore against Japan. Willian now with the ball. Willian turns. Reece James dispossesses his attacker. Reece James playing really high up, almost as a right wing back. Pedro, does he do a drag back? No, he just does a simple layoff, but the ball was given away. Ruben Loftus-Cheek did not use the ball wisely. Now it is the time for Pearl Esteem Jr. to set up an attack. Does he make it count? What does he try to do? He goes out wide. Right now, Pearl Esteem Jr., can he come up with an idea of how to pick this defense apart? Mane, does he go down the right? Does he cross? Does he do something unusual? Unfortunately, it seems like it's reverting to time and time again. They're trying to get the ball through the center. Yes, it may be the most effective, but I think sometimes the element of surprise might be better. Because right now, Amran has him in his pocket. He has Pearl Esteem Jr. in his pocket. Like I mentioned before, Pearl Esteem Jr., this is personal, I would think, for him, because he was beaten by Amran the last time they met, if I'm not wrong, in a championship final on FIFA Online 3. So this, he definitely wants this. He's hungry for it. But Amran is doing all the good work. He is still 1-0 ahead. And it is coming to the 45th minute. Added time. How much added time? 2 minutes. Does he hold on? It's all over by the shouting right now. Can Singapore get to halftime with this clean sheet and the 1-goal lead? It seems like we can. The time is ticking past. There should not be enough time for a counter-attack, and indeed there isn't. Singapore holding on to that 1-0 lead. Narrow, slim margins. It could have been so different if Kepa Arrizabalaga didn't get his paws onto that shot by Pearl Esteem Jr. But as it stands, Pedro is the difference maker for Amran and in the game overall. 1-0. Singapore is leading Malaysia. Singapore Lions versus Harimau Malaya. You know this is a big rivalry. Come on, Singapore. Let's do this. Come on, Amran. We know we have all the faith in you. We're waiting now just to see if there's any changes to be made. Looks like maybe Pearl Esteem Jr. is considering something. No, he does not. He goes straight in. No time to pause for breath. Fabinho now with the ball. Fabinho goes wide left to Xherdan Shaqiri. Mane back to Gini Wijnaldum. Dispossessed in the middle of the park there by Michy Batshuayi. Jorginho lays it back to Pedro. Pedro playing really deep for a central second midfielder. Tries to work the ball up to Cullen Hudson-Odoi, I believe. Tracking back there well by Cesar Azpilicueta. Cutting out the passing angles. Ooh, beautiful 1-2 over the top. Mo Salah. What does Mo Salah do here? Not the best use of the ball again. Pedro, he has space to work with. Does he go right? No, he goes on the left to Cullen Hudson-Odoi. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. The giant Chelsea midfielder there. Beautiful touch for such a big man. Ruben Loftus-Cheek just slowly taking the ball, picking his passes, waiting, biding his time. He is in no rush, neither is Amran. Amran's just waiting and chilling out. He has the lead. All he has to do is just secure the finish. Oh, that was a bad pass. That was given away, not necessarily by Amran. Does this come to his detriment? Right now, Mo Salah, King of Egypt, is on the right. Cuts in. Bobby Firmino takes a shot. Cesar Azpilicueta put his body on the line to block that shot. Still 1-0 to Singapore. Singapore holding on desperately there. You can see the desperation of the Malaysian player to score one, just to get it back to parity to 1-1. Cesar Azpilicueta with the ball. Amran just needs to hold on to the ball, and he's doing it well with Cullen Hudson-Odoi on the left wing. Checks his run, goes back, plays the safe ball to Azpilicueta, who finds Michy Batshuayi. Michy Batshuayi with a fancy back heel. Oh, nothing doing there. Matip takes the ball off the feet of the striker. Shaqiri now. Back to Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum finds Bobby Firmino. Oh, Bobby Firmino dispossessed. Reece James. Does he have anyone ahead of him? Does not seem like it. Reece James, will he take it alone? Dribbles it all the way out. Shaqiri now with the throw in. Malaysia, time is ticking out fast. 2/3 of the game has elapsed. It is still not in their favor. 1-0 down. But anything can happen in a split second in football. Robertson now. Gini Wijnaldum. Tries to lay it off to Shaqiri. Can Shaqiri turn? Shaqiri manages to turn. Gets it to Gini Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum to Fabinho. Cesar Azpilicueta, ever reliable there. Keeping Shaqiri at bay. Close watch. Back comes Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh, but Ruben Loftus-Cheek tries to do the no-look pass and sends it straight to the feet of his opponent. Luckily for Singapore, Malaysia was not able to capitalize on that mistake. They are still in the ascendancy though, Malaysia. Malaysia is piling on the attack, piling on the pressure. Mane takes it down the right. Mane, does he square the ball in? Doesn't get anything other than a corner kick. Does Perlis Team Junior play this short? The matter is playing it short before sending it to the top of the key, but he does not. He sends a cross in. That is unusual. Not. But you see, as I was saying, maybe he does feel that he needs to try something out of the ordinary, because everything has tried so far has come to naught. Nothing good has happened yet, because he's being read by a book by Amran so far. Amran, the picture of calm, as you can see in the picture below me. Does not seem phased so far. Oh, but Mane is here on the attack. Mane goes back. I think that will be intercepted by Pedro. Indeed it is. Pedro plays it back to Jorginho. Finds Azpilicueta on the left. Aspi. Oh, took the more risky pass there to Pedro. Fabinho was all over him. Managed to bounce to Jorginho. Jorginho going on a run now. Oh, normally we don't see this. Reece James, again, playing so high up, he's almost a right winger. They get the corner. Goes for the meta. Short corner. Does he play it to the top of the key? He doesn't. He cuts in. Sends a cross, but he gets a corner. All he gets is a corner. Can he make this corner work now? Sends it to the top of the key as expected. Jorginho finds Pedro wide left. Pedro, drag back. No, he doesn't. Turns. Just the left stick dribbling. No skill moves there employed by Amran. Amran is 10 minutes away. 10 in-game minutes away. Plus whatever added time is there from a victory. Crosses it in. Volley there by Willian. Does Willian bury it? Oh, that was so close. It was off the line there by Virgil van Dijk, I believe. Oh, so close, Singapore. So close to that second goal we so desperately crave. Mane now, please let it not be a counter-attack. And it seems like they managed to weather the storm, though the ball is still with Liverpool, played by Malaysia's Perlis Team Junior. Perlis Team Junior, he has 5 minutes to conjure up something magical. A draw would be great for him right now, but he loses the ball. Cullen Hudson-Odoi, does he hold on to the ball as long as possible? I certainly would. Run down that clock. Ball in the middle with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, drag back, turns to the right, finds space, but goes left instead to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta. It looks like it is 1-0 and it's gonna stay 1-0. The minutes are ticking desperately away. Perlis Team Junior doesn't even have control of the ball right now. Cullen Hudson-Odoi is just toying with the defenders. He knows it. Amran knows it. He's just gonna take that 1-0 win. It's enough. A win is a win in Amran's eyes. Doesn't matter by how much. Oh, beautiful turn up by Michy Batshuayi, but off target save there. The defender managed to block it away. The cross again, Batshuayi using his frame to turn. Oh no, he should have crossed there, I feel. And the referee signals the end of the game. Second time Amran has taken a 1-0 win against his opponent. Amran there. the picture of consistency, it seems. He scores one and then he parks the bus. And he does that parking of the bus really, really well. Yeah, man, good job. I'm proud of you, and I'm sure all of Singapore is. He loves that 1-0, I think. Yeah, well done, my friend. That is the way of champions, isn't it? 1-0. All right, so it's a win there for Singapore. May not be the, like I said, it's not the blockbuster you're looking for. It's not 10 goals. It's not a flurry of goals that has gone in. But what we have is a nice, tidy 1-0 win. Now all we have to think about is whether Joe Chu can help us over that line. Joe Chu will be playing against Safawi Rashid in the second match. Okay, so right now I think we will, we're gonna try to get an interview with Amran and get his thoughts on the game. He is again the victor 1-0 against Perlis Team Junior. It seems like he might be Perlis's bogeyman from like what I mentioned. I believe the last time that they met, Amran also came out as the winner, and he did it again today, 1-0. I don't know about you, but I'll take it. I'm pretty happy. All right, so the word from the studio is that we're gonna get an interview with Amran. Hey, champ, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good stuff, man. Thank you. Congratulations, 1-0.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
So, how do you find the game? Was Perlis as difficult as you remember him to be?
He's a good player, but I think there was a bit of a delay issues, so I couldn't play
Mm-hmm.
my own game. So I had
All
to
right.
adapt to the situation.
Do you think that hindered him as well because he couldn't do his skill moves?
Yeah, probably. Both sides are having these issues.
Yeah, and I'm sure you are very used to being Singapore's representative in different competitions,
Yeah, yeah.
but this is slightly different, right? Yeah. How do you feel having to play a tournament during these difficult times?
It's a new challenge for me. I mean, never played at home, like these kind of competitions representing Singapore. It's
Yeah,
something new and exciting.
yeah, it's definitely very different because I don't think you've ever had a competition playing from home using your own internet connection, using your own PS4.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So was that a challenge? Was the technical issues a challenge?
Yeah, it was quite a bit of a challenge. I couldn't do my passing. My usual gameplay wasn't there.
Yeah. So okay. I mean, like, okay, we understand. It is the remote. From wherever you are, it is difficult, but we are trying our best.
Yeah, we are.
And the most important thing, we won. All right. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for the interview. Good luck
Thank
in
you
the
so much.
next round versus Japan.
Yeah, thank you.
Web Nazri is up next.
It's gonna be a tough opponent.
Thank you, man. Okay. Okay. What do we have next? It is a teaser from the studio. The studio has told me that they have a teaser coming up. They want to put up something to whet your appetite for something that may be coming real soon. It is the ESPL. For those of you who might not be familiar with what SPL stands for, it is the Singapore Premier League. So many teams in Europe have been adopting this format recently where representatives from each team will compete in a league tournament, and they will be playing a FIFA 20 as well. And well, the details of when this is exactly coming, I can't tell you quite yet, but what I can tell you is that you should follow the Singapore Premier League Facebook page, and you can also follow them on their Instagram and also their Twitter for updates. I'm definitely really excited for what's coming up soon. I hope that we can get that up and running soon, because I definitely want to watch it. I have my personal favorites, teams that I support in the SPL. I'm sure you all do as well. So before we go into the second match, Joe Chu versus Safawi Rashid, what we will do is we will take a very short break. It's a breather for me. Okay. All right. It was a heart stopping match. We will go to a break and I will see you in just a moment.
Today, as we face these trying times,
we urge all of you
to stay home
and to stay safe.
Let's all do our part.
To be socially responsible
and protect our loved ones.
To our healthcare workers,
All other frontline heroes,
And everyone in essential services.
we would like to see.
Thank you for your bravery and courage.
We are all in this together.
let's unite and win this fight.
Because we are one team,
One strong.
and one Singapore.
Dear Singapore fans, as you know, our national team's World Cup qualifiers for March have been postponed. We are looking forward to playing Palestine tonight and Saudi Arabia next week, but because of the coronavirus situation, this is not possible. So, I want to take this opportunity to send a message to all of you, the fans who have supported me and the team all this while. The decision by FIFA and FC to postpone the game is the right one. Everyone's health and safety is number one priority. Football brings happiness and joy to all of us, but it is not the most important thing now. Since I arrived in Singapore last year, I have felt very welcome by all of you. I'm very proud when I hear all of you supporting us at the stadium. But now, I ask you to show your support for each other, especially our healthcare workers and all others on the front line. They are our lions. They are our heroes. I believe we can overcome this challenge if we stay united. We are on the same team. We have to follow the necessary measures and precautions so we can be safe for our families and each other. When it is time for us to see each other again at the stadium, I know I can count on your support because we are one strong. Take care and stay safe. 頑張りましょう。
Today, as we face these trying times,
we urge all of you
To stay home
And to stay safe.
Let's all do our part.
To be socially responsible.
and protect our loved ones.
to our healthcare workers.
all other frontline heroes.
And everyone in essential services.
We would like to see.
Thank you for your bravery and courage.
We are all in this together.
Let's unite and win this fight.
Because we are one team
One strong.
and one Singapore.
Welcome back, everyone. As you just saw, that was a message from the Singapore footballing fraternity, various members across the different teams involved in the Singapore football scene, and some legends as well, telling us, giving us a message that we should stay united in these difficult times, and that we together, we are one strong. And I hope the message resonates with everyone. Let's just stay home and stay safe. The extension has been there. You know, we should listen to whatever the messages are and we should follow them. And we will get through this, I'm sure. We are a resilient bunch, and I'm sure the world itself will recover soon enough if everyone follows what they're supposed to do. Right. We're still waiting on the Malaysian player Safawi Rashid to connect. Let me just give you a little bit of a background about Safawi Rashid. He is a Malaysian player who plays as a winger for JDT. He is the two-time, currently reigning Malaysian League Player of the Year, as voted by his peers, I believe. He is also a three-time winner and is the current reigning winner of the Malaysian Premier League with a JDT. He's also won two cups with JDT and 27 caps for the Malaysian national team, scoring 10 goals. He's actually scored against Singapore once for the Malaysian under-23 team. So let's see if he will be another thorn in our side again in this virtual arena. On our side, our combatant is Cho Chu. He is from Tampines Rovers. He is the Dola Kasim Award winner for 2017, awarded to the Outstanding Young Player. There we have Joe Chu there, waiting patiently for his Malaysian compatriot Safawi Rashid to connect. Anxiously waiting. He will be playing as Manchester United, I believe. Yes. Hey Joe, how are you doing? Yes. So still waiting for the opponent, huh? Yep. Yeah. You're normally used to representing Singapore on the actual football field. How does it feel to be representing Singapore on the virtual field this time?
I'm grateful. Feels kind of, I don't know, different to what you.
What's so different about it? How do you feel that it's different?
I don't know. It's just like on the field you're with your teammates and stuff, but here you're like all alone. So.
Ooh, yes, it does feel like you're all alone. The pressure's a little bit more on you, But you do have a teammate, and your teammate has kept up his end on the bargain. He has taken a 1-0 lead for Team Singapore right now against his opponent just now. So, yeah. How do you feel? Any thoughts about the current situation? How do you feel having to play a tournament and representing Singapore and bringing some joy, in these dark times that Singapore is facing?
Feels good to be able to do something while everybody's staying at home, and yeah, it's just good to be able to play like a game that I actually like. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you play a lot of FIFA at home? Is it your favorite game?
Maybe whenever it first comes out, but since the game cycle is like probably not towards the end, but like as it got on, you just play it lesser. So probably not now, but at the start maybe.
We're already looking forward to FIFA 21 then.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, one last question. Let's see if Safawi makes it in time. What are your thoughts? Are you excited about meeting and facing the Premier League winner, Shinji Okazaki, all-time Japanese top scorer.
Yeah, definitely. Who would have thought that I could be able to play against a Premier League player, ex-Premier League player. Yeah, so
Yeah.
might not be on the main pitch, but hopefully soon. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
Well, maybe one day you will join him in having the chance to play in the EPL. Who knows? You never know. I wish you well in your footballing career.
Thank you.
So as it stands, I think Safawi is still not there yet. So maybe let me just take you through the standings as it is right now. Japan, I would say, with no disrespect to Chinese Taipei, I think it's a bit surprising today. The result, Japan capitulated to Chinese Taipei 4-2. It was not something I would honestly say that I expected, but it was a fantastic win for them, and then, you know, fair play. Congratulations to Chinese Taipei taking the win, and it makes the group a heck of a lot more exciting, considering the fact that now Japan is on 3 points, Singapore is on 3 points, Chinese Taipei is on 3 points, and if Malaysia does secure the victory today, Malaysia will be on 3 points. But again, as impartial as I try to be, my heart is in only one place, and that is for Singapore victory. And if Singapore does do it with Joel's help in the match against Safawi later, we will be standing at 6 points. We will be sitting pretty at the top of the table, 6 points, going into the last game, and that will be against a wounded Japan. I'm sure that will be a difficult match. Japan will have been licking their wounds right now. The Blue Samurai are definitely out to look for revenge. So that will be a difficult one. That will be an exciting one, because if okay, so just in case you missed the first day and you're just joining up for the second day and no idea what happened in the first games versus Chinese Taipei, maybe we'll have a quick recap of what happened, both Amran's games and also Joel's games. So enjoy, have a look, and you see how well we did yesterday. We are live. It is the game. Singapore versus Chinese Taipei. Amran Ghani for Singapore. Chin Yu Leong for Chinese Taipei. Chin Yu Leong playing as PSG, and Amran Ghani of Singapore playing as Chelsea. Everything seems to be going through Willian on that right side so far for Chelsea. Through pass, beautiful there to Batshuayi. Batshuayi forces Keylor Navas into a save. Ooh, Pedro there showing his typical tenacity. Great pass in to Batshuayi. Batshuayi gets himself tangled in with Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is adjudged to have given away a penalty. It is the first chance, clear-cut chance for Singapore. Can Amran bury this? Can he put Singapore in the lead? He does indeed. Fantastic, cool, calm, composed finish there by Amran, putting the ball into the bottom right. Jorginho, the winger, does get there. Angel Di Maria. Angel Di Maria is exhausted at this point. Ooh, beautiful so far. Left stick dribbling there. Nothing fancy, just manages to use the agility of the player to wriggle his way around. The most important statistic right now is the fact that it is 1-0, and Singapore does indeed take the first game against Chinese Taipei. Amran Ghani defeats Chin Yu Leong 1 goal.
Hi there everybody, welcome to Old Trafford, a lovely night for the game. Martin Tyler here along with Alan Smith. With great anticipation we're looking forward to the match coming up very shortly. Manchester United against PSG. Oh, he's through. Look at the space he's got. Well, he has started fast and they've started fast. That's the opening goal. Paul Pogba. Greenwood. He's going to try it. What a game. A goal at one end, an equaliser at the other. It's a terrific response. Gay. Icardi. Lost his man. Well, that's his second today. He's certainly got his shooting boots on, and he is the kind of player that can hit his straps like this. Greenwood.
The referee has indicated there will be a minimum
Got to be. He's definitely got his goal touch with him today, hasn't he? The first was a decent one. Here's the second. James. Taking on the opposition and the responsibility as well. Gonna try one now. And he's put it in for the goal. Could have been a penalty. Had to get that slide tackle absolutely right. Won it back with an interception. This might be it. Two in front now.
Well, keep the concentration, and they've won this match, I think.
It's finished now with the final whistle.
Those were the highlights of the first day's matches against Chinese Taipei. 1-0 for Amran Ghani and 4-2 for Joel Chu. As you can see on your screen right now, it is a teaser for something big that might be coming up real soon. And it is the ESPL, the East Singapore Premier League. Teams will be sending their representatives to play and represent the teams in a league. So the league will be completely separate from the actual Singapore Premier League, and especially in times like this, the difficulty, and we have yet to know when actual footballing activities will resume. So we will, in its stead, we will have the Singapore Premier League. If you are looking forward to the Premier League, you can follow the Singapore Premier League at its Facebook page and also on its Instagram and its Twitter page. Okay, we're still waiting on the our star player from JDT, Safawi Rashid, to join us. He has not yet quite appeared. Safawi Rashid. Safawi Rashid is having server issues at the moment. It is well beyond our hands right now, trying to fix his connection. But we will wait patiently for him to arrive. Safawi Rashid, as I mentioned before, is a huge prospect in Malaysian football. As a fan favorite, not just for his club side, which is Johor Darul Takzim, or JDT for short. He is also a great fan favorite among the Malaysian fans in general. They call him Pawi, I believe. Yeah, Pawi is very famous, and I hear he's quite popular with the ladies as well. And if you have a look at how he looks like, I think that might give you a clue as to why Pawi is quite so popular. He's also very popular with the guys, of course, because he is a fantastic player. He has a huge amount of talent. He is the two-time reigning player of the year for the Malaysian Premier League. He has a boatload of titles so far with JDT. JDT is, of course, one of the most dominant teams in the Malaysian League. And he has won, I believe, with JDT 3 titles back to back, 2017, 2018, and 2019. He also has 2 cup titles with them, 2017 and 2019. So that's the Malaysian Cup. So as you can see, the dominant force in the Malaysian game, Malaysian Cup game, club game right now is currently JDT, and one of the star players is indeed Pawi. He's only 23 years old, so there's a long way for his career to go. But today we're not judging him on his ability to play on the field, or the real life field. Today we are judging him on his ability to play on the virtual field. Not so much his feet, but his thumbs this time will be doing the talking. Mentioned before, he has been a thorn in Singapore's side before in an under-23 match. I think is the only time that he's played against Singapore. He actually scored the first goal in a 3-0 defeat. I hate to say it, but yes, it was a 3-0 defeat in the I believe it was the Nations Cup. It was under 23 tournament. He scored the first goal. Malaysia went on to win 3-0. He has been a pain in our side before. Let's hope that he does not become a pain in our side in this second match, where he will go against Zhou Chu. Zhou Chu, of course, of Tampines Rovers, our local lad. He's only 20 years old. He has been the recipient of the Dola Qasim award, which is awarded to the best young player of that year, and he won it in 2017. He beat quite a number of strong competitors around his age range, so you can tell just how much potential and how much we're hoping for him also to get into Tatsuma Yoshida's national team setup, senior national team setup sooner rather than later. If you were following us along the way, you would have seen several videos. Tatsuma Yoshida has sent us a message to stay one strong and united in our fight against this COVID-19 situation. The Singapore Footballing Fraternity has also sent us a message. We thank all of them for their kind wishes and their advice. Ultimately, I think the message is simple. Let us all stay home, stay safe, and eventually we will get there united and one strong. We now, while we await the resolution of Safawi Rashid's server problems, we will take a quick break and we will be back sharpish when we have everything set up for you. All right, see you guys in a moment. Okay, welcome back, everyone. It seems that the Malaysian side is having some sort of connection issues, but they're resolving it with a change of player. But in the meantime, let us talk to our representative. He's patiently waiting his opponent to arrive. Joel Chu. Hi, Joel.
Hello.
How are you, man?
Hi again. I'm good.
So, so just want to ask you, as a professional footballer during this COVID-19 times, you're usually training all the time, keeping fit. So, how do you keep up the regime in this time of staying at home?
It's actually quite simple because from from the time they announced that we stopped training, our coach Gavin already put out like a 4-week timesheet on what we have to do, the type of runs, the type of exercises that we have to do to keep ourselves match fit, I suppose you can say. Yeah, so yeah, that's what we've been doing, and having trainings on Wednesdays together. So yeah.
So it is a bit different, but you're still managing to keep yourself occupied and fit. I'm sure it's an unusual change for you to be like training at home,
Yeah,
but is it odd for you?
I guess it's a different change of scenery, but have to adapt, I guess, because that's what we have to do. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So and everyone else, if you're having difficulties, see, Joel can do it, and he's a professional. So you guys, there's no excuse for you to get fat. That's a reminder for me because I think I'm getting a bit fat because of this COVID-19, staying at home and ordering food all the time. Okay, so we have an update from the Malaysian side. The Malaysian side is sticking with Safawi Rashid. I think he's managed to finally get his connection issues resolved. He is going to get into the game. Joe Chu is inviting him right now. Reminder again, this is the round 2 of the Stay and Play Asian Series 2020. Right now, it is the Cross Causeway battle, the derby, so to speak, between Singapore and Malaysia, the Lions versus Harimau Malaya. So I know everyone's hotly anticipating the match that is to come soon. Joel will have his opponent in the lobby. Fingers crossed, everything should be okay. Initial plan was to swap players, but Malaysia says that Safawi will indeed be playing, and I think that is a huge boost to a lot of Malaysian fans who are looking very much forward to seeing Pawi show his mettle in the FIFA 20 game against Joe Chu. So once we have word that they are in the game, we will start. What a consideration there. Joe Chu thinks he wants to put in Fosu Mensah. He is definitely giving a lot of the young players from Manchester United a run out. As you can, if you followed us in the previous game, Daniel James, Mason Greenwood, and also Angel Gomez were star players for him. Now he's considering whether he wants to put in Fosu Mensah. Again, more or less, it doesn't particularly matter, apart from the size and the physicality of the players, the actual physical size, the units of the player, because everyone is going to be 85 rated in the game, and all the skill moves and weak foots will be changed to 3 each. So it is a very even match, no matter who you choose. Like again, I previously mentioned in the first cast, it could be Barcelona, it could be Luton Town. Any team that is available in the game will not be disadvantaged by the actual rating within the game because everyone will be 85. Defenders, goalkeepers, all the way through to the strikers. 4-2-3-1 wide is employed by Joel Chu, playing as Menu. Greenwood will start up front. Behind him in the hole is Angel Gomez. Rashford on the left. Daniel James on the right. At the base of midfield is Paul Pogba and Garner. That's a hugely interesting choice there. Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Tuanzebe, and Williams will complete the team together with David De Gea in defense. So Joel Chu there is choosing the youngsters. He's definitely giving them all a chance. He himself is pretty young. He's only 20 years old as well. He's now limbering it up. He's practicing a few skill moves there. Joel Chu is definitely good with the skill moves, as we can tell, having seen him play in the first set of games against Chinese Taipei. Safawi is finally in.
Alan Smith, my very good friend and co-commentator. With great anticipation, we're looking forward to the match coming up very shortly. Manchester United against PSG.
Yeah, thanks, Martin. Looking forward to it. I think we're going to have an entertaining tussle here. I think we'll find that out in the first 10 minutes, how these teams approach the task.
This is then the Manchester United.
So right now, Manchester United being played there by Joel Chu. He has the ball. He's holding on to it. Wan-Bissaka places down the line for Daniel James. Daniel James. There's a chance there for Manchester United. Pogba plays it to Greenwood. Greenwood with a fantastic chance there with the drag back. But Keylor Navas manages to keep the scores 0-0. It is a corner kick to Joel. Singapore now. Singapore needs to at least draw this match to take all 3 points. It is a combination of both the teams' results. So if he does, as long as he holds on to his draw, Singapore will get 3 points and we will be at the top of the standings of the quadrangle tournament. Let's see, what does he do? He plays it short. Heel to heel flick there. Long shot by Rashford. Heel to heel flick again. All the skills moves are coming out there from Joel. Idrissa Gana Gueye. Ghana now. Oh, Greenwood dispossessed right near the top of the 18-yard box. Oof, what a tackle there by Wan-Bissaka. Pogba. Gomez waiting. He's taunting his defender. He goes around him. Greenwood, drag back. Marcus Rashford, heel to heel flick, finding space. Goes to the byline, crosses it in. There's an opportunity for Dan James. Oh, he's taken it one step too far. Taken it wide. Scrambling back now, the defenders for Manchester United. Good defense there, delaying the counter-attack. Di Maria on the left here. Ooh, what was he doing there, Di Maria? Just gave the ball away, just handed it to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka, James there, James. Angel Gomez dispossessed. Rashford now. Back to Angel Gomez. Nice pass there to Greenwood. Nice fake shot. He has space to run. Oh, he's taken down for a penalty. It is a red card as well, I think. Is that Marquinhos? Marquinhos is sent off. Can this be double punishment? Marquinhos is sent off. Now, can he bury it? Greenwood there. Fantastic goal there by Greenwood. Places it in the top left. 1-0 to Singapore. Singapore is on the road to taking all 3 points against Malaysia. Safawi now queuing up a pause. I think Safawi needs to change something. It hasn't happened at all for him in the first 18 minutes. He's given away a penalty. He's given away one of his most precious defenders. He has to change his formation now. Otherwise, there's no way he can play with one central defender. Marquinhos, that was a silly option there. He could have done so many things. In fact, he could have just let Joel score. But no, instead he decided to slide tackle into the back of the striker. Now he's down to 10 men. He's at a huge disadvantage now. Can Safawi come back from this deficit, both numerically in terms of manpower and also on the scoreboard? He's trying now. Juan Bernat, Idrissa Gana Gueye. Beautiful 1-2 passing there. Icardi, can he bulldoze his way through? Chinese Taipei certainly used Icardi to great effect. 1-2, beautiful, finds the space. Dan James brings it back inside. Angel Gomez, beautiful drive back. Yes, space. Oh, fantastic move there. Oh, a little bit too much, too fancy from Joe, but he still manages to take it and slot it in. Angel Gomez, again, another threat. He has been a threat he was a threat in the first game against Chinese Taipei, and here again he's proving to be a threat to the Malaysian teams. 2-0 to Singapore. Joel Chu seems to be strolling to a victory, but let's not become overconfident, Joel. He still has a lot of the game to play. Most of the game to play, in fact. It's not even a third of the game gone yet, but he is 2-0. Oh, Safawi Russia is falling apart. Oh, that was a bad option. How did that go in? He's absolutely capitulating in front of our eyes right now. Safawi Russia 3-0 down, and it's not even the 30th minute. What is going on? He needs to respond, and he needs to respond now. Is that one-man disadvantage really causing all this? Safawi Russia does not seem to be giving up, though. He's trying his darndest best. But it seems like Joel has his number. Joel, what? Fantastic there. He just drags it to the side, just eludes the defender. Joel is turning on the style right now. All the tricks and flicks are coming out. Oh, that was nasty. Joel is just doing Safawi dirty right now. No mercy. And it's almost to the point of insulting. But, you know, with a 3-0 lead so quick in the first half, Joel deserves to do whatever he wants right now. But will this come back to haunt him? He gives the ball away with a little bit too much of the skill move, but Wan-Bissaka rescues him. Daniel James, does he burst down the line? He goes back inside to Gomez. Gomez again. Gomez, a little bit too much tried to do the fake shot, a cut back. He's cutting out the passing lanes pretty well now, Joel. That sliding tackle didn't work. Gotta be careful. Slide tackle is exactly what caused this whole mayhem to begin. Gomez, does he go for the overtop? Simple pass there to Ghana. Ghana out wide to the left. Rashford, heel to heel, double heel to heel. Takes the defender down. The defender can't stop him. Drag back, heel to heel. Goodness me, Joel. Ghana is just holding on to the ball now. He can just eat time away. But if he does not focus, he will concede. And I don't want that to happen. Focus, Joel. Focus. Does he play it wide? Oh, defender takes him down. Is that another booking? It might be. Does he go for the fancy? Or does he go for a shot? He does take a shot. Ooh, it was on target. Keylor Navas had to scramble to get it. Angel Gomez again seems to be one of his favorite players for Joel there. It is difficult to see how PSG, played by Safawi Russia, will come back, especially with Rashford. Place it in. Oh my goodness me, it was off the post. Could have gone for the simple, I think, finesse shot to the far post, but Joe says, nah, that's too easy. He tries something different, tries something difficult, and unfortunately it doesn't pay off. Will he get punished now? It seems like there's a chance here, but it is halftime. 3-0 at halftime, and I must say, with all objectivity, it looks like a cakewalk from here for Joel Chu over Safawi Rashid. Joel, does he change up anything? I don't think he'll change up Angel Gomez. He takes off Rashford. That's a surprising choice. He's putting on Tahith Chong now. whole team is basically filled with youngsters other than perhaps Lindelof, Pogba, and David De Gea. He puts Ighalo in as well. Emergency striker signing there for Manchester United in real life. The Nigerian international came back from China to the Premier League. He used to play for Watford, and now he plays in the red of Manchester United. And in this tournament, he will be utilized on the right side by Joe Chu. Right, 3, 2, 1. We are back into it for the second half. Paris is all out at sea at the moment. Does not seem like there is a way back for Safawi Rashid. Safawi Rashid needs to get one back to have some sort of semblance of hope to get a result of any kind. But again, he does need to win. Not only a draw won't be enough, because in the first game, Amran beat Perlis Team Junior 1-0. Tahith Chong bringing it down the left. Oh, fake shot there. Drag back. Side drag. Ooh, done dirty there by Mason Greenwood. It is 4-0. I think it is safe to say it is all over, but the shouting. It is now just down to Joel. I think it's about how much he scores, how many he scores. It's just time to now extend the goal difference, Joel. Put him to the sword. I almost feel sorry for the Malaysian fans, especially for fans of Pawi. They were so excited to see how he would fare in this competition, but it seems like Pawi has been overpowered by Joe Chu, and he was definitely not helped by the fact that he is one man down so early in the game. Not only does that give him a numerical disadvantage, it causes everyone else to have to work just a little bit harder, run that little bit more, causing the stamina to decrease at a slightly more alarming rate. Beautiful through pass there to Greenwood. Passes it out to the wing, Ighalo. What does Ighalo do? Brings it back in, finds James. James is in the 18-yard box. He dances. He turns. Sends it back out to Garner. Garner. Back to James. Back to Garner. Pogba now. Pogba finds James. I think I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to go for the volley there, James. Greenwood gets the volley off, but the defender was right there. I think that was Presnel Kimpembe. Neymar dispossessed. Greenwood has no support, but he goes alone. He tries to fancy flick over the head. Oh, ball given away now. Again, James. Greenwood, fast passing. 1, 2, 3 combination play there. Juan Bernat. It's all damage limitation from here on end. 2/3 of the game has elapsed. And there doesn't seem to be any sort of breakthrough of any sort at all for Safawi Rashid. He doesn't even seem able to get out of his own half. He's absolutely penned in. Joe Chu showing no remorse, no sense of pity towards his opponent's current situation, and I don't expect him to. You know, it's all blood, guts, and glory. All's fair in love and war, especially when it comes to this fiery crossed causeway derby. As it stands right now, Malaysia is 5-0 down in the aggregate for both matches. Oh my goodness, Mason Greenwood. Keep it simple, Joel. Slot it in. Oh my goodness, why? Why, Joel? Again, goal difference might come into play, so I think not putting him to the sword might be a mistake here, but he still wants to score the pretty goals. He doesn't want to just score the easy ones. Joe Chu has his intentions, I guess, you know, but he is 4-0 to the good, so what can I say? He's done his job. He's just having fun right now. He's just basically toying with Safawi Rashid. Mbappe doesn't even find his man. Cut out again easily by the red The red tide is going forward again. Daniel James. There we go. That was a simple finish. I think he got tired of toying around. Daniel James with a simple finesse shot into the bottom near post corner. Kimpembe now. Verratti. Safawi seems to have run out completely of ideas. He's devoid of any inspiration at the moment. Nothing he does seems to have any effect at the moment. It is almost a sad state of affairs. A 5-0 down, and about 10 minutes to go, excluding whatever added time there might be given for the 5 goals. Mason Greenwood finds Ighalo. Ighalo's in acres of space. Ighalo can dance and weave and bob. He can take it all alone if he wants to. There's nothing the defenders seem to be able to do. They're all just holding back. It is absolute damage limitation. Safawi Rashid almost seems scared to push forward because he knows he'll be punished. Goodness gracious me. 5 minutes left on the clock. Oh, even the sliding tackle comes off. Pogba to James. Greenwood finds himself some space. Thiago Silva takes him down though. Thiago Silva, no nonsense. He's still in for a fight. He knows he's still in for a fight for the last couple of minutes. Mason Greenwood, does he go round? He goes back inward. Lays it off to the top of the key. Pogba can shoot. Oh, Pogba. Twinkle thought there. He takes it round the defender. Oh my goodness. Was that an own goal? I think it might be an own goal. The defender seemed to tackle Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba puts his hands up, he says, his international teammate, Presnel Kimpembe, puts the ball into his own goal for the 6th goal. It is an absolute drubbing. I don't want to say it, but I think it counts as a humiliation for the Malaysian player. I'm lost for words of what to say to try and console Safawi Rashid. This definitely was not what the Malaysians wanted to see. But fair play to Joe Chu. He's shown his ability. He's trying the overhead kick there. Safawi Rashid has given up. I think he's put down his controller. I think he knows that it's a foregone conclusion that this game is a victory for Singapore. 7-0 on aggregate over the 2 games. 1-0 for Amran against Perlis Team Junior and 6-0 for Joel Chu against Safawi Rashid. My Malaysian friends, if you're watching, I feel bad for you. It looks like Malaysia's out of the running for the title in this quadrangle with 2 losses in a row. They are mired and rooted to the bottom of the table with 0 points. And if I'm not mistaken, they are on -8 goal difference. Better luck next time. It was harsh, but maybe if this Asian series happens again, Malaysia will have a better showing. Maybe we'll have a chance to speak to Joel about the match. Yeah, he must be elated, absolutely bloody delighted he must be with the 6-0 scoreline. My man, that was dirty, dirty, my man. You did him dirty. 6-0. Oh my goodness. Did you feel that the sending off was key, and you just knew that from then on it was your game?
Yeah, I think he probably lost his cool after. I think there was something wrong with his controls. That's why he paused twice at the start. But yeah, the penalty was unfortunate. Well, fortunate for me, unfortunate for him, and he got the sending off. And yeah I think it was straight route from there. Yeah.
Not to sound too biased, but fantastic, man. The skill moves you pull off. I play FIFA myself, and Dude, you gotta teach me how to play like that one day. One day.
Nah,
I'm
straight
looking
for
forward to
fun.
having a match with you, but maybe if after I get trashed, 2-0 down, I'll probably quit. But fair play to Safavi Rashid. He's stuck in there for the entirety. 6-0. How do you feel? How do you personally feel?
Very happy. Got the goal difference up, and yeah, should be a tight game going into Friday.
Okay, last question. I gotta ask you this. Why didn't you take the easy chances, man?
I don't know. I mean, since we're up by a significant amount, just wanted to add some beauty into the goals rather than scoring just a normal shot.
They were beautiful. They were beautiful. I put my hands up and they were beautiful. Some of them you just basically, like I said, you done him dirty. You danced around his whole defense. You danced around his goalkeeper even for the last goal. Do you think Okazaki? Do you think you're gonna do that to Okazaki as well? What do you think? What are your thoughts? What do you think our chances are? We currently are at the top. We're the only team currently with 6 points. Do you think we can go on to win it?
Yeah, for sure. I'm confident in my partner's ability as well, because he's been pulling out results against pro players, and he's been digging out results himself. So it's not only me. So yeah.
So how does it feel having Amran as a partner? Amran's like the superstar football esports player in Singapore. $100,000 under his belt. Several titles. First in several tournaments. How does it feel? Like most people will look at you and you're like, oh, a professional footballer, and like everyone looks up to you. But like this, in terms of esports, Amran is like the king.
Yeah. I mean, it's good because it's good to have a big name beside me, so that all the pressure, more pressure is on him to win than as compared to me. So it makes it much easier. Yeah.
Did you guys exchange tips before this, of how to play, or did you play against each other before?
Nah, we didn't actually play before this tournament, but on the online version, like the Ultimate Team, so yeah, we played quite a few times. So yeah, that's where.
Right.
Yeah.
Just remind myself that I don't ever want to come up against you. Tell me your name later. I'll avoid it if I ever see you in Ultimate Team. So how did you get so good at the game? What does it take to be that successful? That adept at playing with the skill moves in this game? How long do you train?
I mean, I think that should be asked to Amran, because I mean, I'm not proven to be good, so having him having titles to his name and actually winning prize money, being number 1 in Singapore, I think that's a more appropriate question for him. But but for me, I just play the game like how it should be and watch YouTube videos, I guess.
Do you play with any of your Tampines teammates? Who's the best, or who's really bad?
Jordan Webb's really bad. He talks a big game, but yeah, he can't.
Oh, man be throwing shade on Jordan. Jordan, if you're watching, man says you bad at the game, man. Who's the best in the squad then? You gotta say you, right?
Nah. we got a couple of good players, to be honest. But yeah.
Name one. Throw out a name. Who gives you the toughest fight?
I mean, we rarely ever play because on overseas trips. So probably I think Medovic is pretty good. Zeko is pretty good because I think he practices a lot. Yeah.
So because he practices a lot, then after that he's good. But you seem to be pretty naturally gifted at it. My goodness, those skill moves I think were absurd. You say that you can say what you want. We saw with our own eyes what you did there. Yeah, fair play to you. It was fantastic to watch. Sometimes you got me tearing my hair up because I was wondering why not take that shot. Why not take that pass? But I can't argue with someone who just pulled off a 6-0 win, can I? Again, fair play. But damn, sometimes I just wish you just take that shot, man. But goal difference wise, you did fantastic. With 6 goals on the board, 7 goals overall this game. None conceded. That's a fantastic result. We didn't concede anything. Yeah, a clean sheet is always nice, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep, that's a plus.
All right. Thank you, Joel. You treated us to an absolute skill masterclass there. Amran also did his bit. I'll leave you guys to it. You know, you guys need to go and rest. We have Japan coming up. Shinji Okazaki will be his opponent, and Web Nasri will be Amran's opponent. Japan would be what I would consider the toughest opponent that we will come up against so far. Web Nasri, I believe, is like ranked around like 43rd in the world, if I'm not mistaken. I should check that, but at last count, he was about 43rd in the world, I think. And also Shinji Okazaki, he is a very well-known pro. So we are up against it. Yeah, we will definitely be up against it when it comes to Japan, but I think deep down, with no bias in my heart, and with all honesty, I think we stand a great chance, Singapore, because as you can see, Joe Chu, my goodness, and Amran may not take all the skill moves and everything, but he does eke out his victories, and he's very stable. He's very consistent. For those of you who've been joining us and are enjoying our streams, there is one more, at very least, for this quadrangle tournament, is Stay and Play Asian Series 2020, and that's against Japan, as I've alluded to previously. It will be on Friday at about the same time. Catch us then. And before we go, let me just remind you that to get any updates, please follow the Facebook, FAS's Facebook Football Association Singapore's Facebook. It is at Singapore Football, to get your updates and also other news that may be coming along in the Singapore local footballing fraternity. Having said that, it was a nice day. I think it was always good to see Singapore win. I'm very happy. I will go to sleep very proud. And so everyone, the last thing that I'll say is stay safe, stay at home. Together we are one strong. We will get through this, SG United. So till then, till Friday, till the match against Japan, I'm Muiz, and I'm signing out. Thank you.